Once you have your business, you need to organize to be ready for taxes and also to be ready to be able to analyze your business. So if you're not doing that on a regular basis and you're saving all your tax information until the week before you go to your tax preparer, it's not enough time to analyze your business to make changes during the year. So part of it is organization tools for preparing your taxes, but it's also for preparing for a better business life for you. You need to have a system set up, and it can be any system. It can be an Excel spreadsheet, it can be Quicken, it can be QuickBooks, it could be the Dome books that you get at the Staples that has your monthly expenses and you write those in. It could be a ledger pad. When I first started before computers, I had one of those ledger books that have the lines and the columns and making columns, and it's really all about making categories and then having a place to put your things. I've had people come into me with taxes and put things in alphabetical order. Alphabetical order doesn't help me. Whether it's once a week or once a month, put those receipts in. So you have a pile of receipts that you went out, and you always want to get receipt for everything. Even if you're just swiping it with your card, you need to have a receipt. So that's really important, because you don't want to be audited. Auditors, they want receipts. They don't want to see what your credit card bill is. And even for something like gas, and you buy gas at the Pride Station, well, you can also go into the Pride Station and get a coffee or a donut, and that's not a deduction. So you can't just say on my card is gas, because you might have bought something else. So you need that backup of the receipt, and that's really, you just push the button and say receipt please. So get those receipts. Put all the supply receipts together, you put all the gas receipts together, and you put all everything else together, and then you never have to look at those receipts again. And so then when you go to your preparer, you have all your totals. My supply total was this. My advertising total was this. That's all we need to see is the totals. We need to know that you have the receipts to back those up, but all we need is a list of those items. And if you have a question on an item, then you can ask your preparer, these are my questionable items. Where do they go? Depends on what your business is what's an ordinary or necessary expense. So one of the things that a lot of people like to say, well, I have to buy special clothes so that I can look good when I go out and do whatever I do. Well, clothes are not a deduction. Uniforms are a deduction. Clothes are not. So if, like what I wear today, I can wear anywhere. So if I can wear it anywhere and don't have a problem wearing it anywhere, it's not a deduction to take clothes, regardless of what your job is. So if you have a uniform and it's got your name splashed all over, your company name splashed over it, then you can take that because it's got your name splashed over it. So if you want to have, every single dress you have, put your logo on it. But not just your pin. You got to have it's got to be woven in there. Categories of ordinary things: advertising, marketing, supplies, insurance. No, I can't read what that word is. Memberships, education, all those are categories of things that we do. But we also have your auto. And auto is really two things. It's mileage and it's actual expenses. You can do either, but you always have to do mileage. Unless you're a corporation, and then you need to do that because you have to do actual expenses with corporations and partnerships. Keep mileage because mileage determines business use. So total miles to the year, business use miles. So you have to keep track of miles. Really, really important. That's one of the places, if you're audited, that they will catch you on and want to see a log. So where you went, why you went, and how far it was. Have inventories, that's a separate category. So don't put the cost of the things that you're buying in with your supplies that you're selling. So if you're just a consultant, you don't have an inventory. But if you're selling a product, you have an inventory. If you're making a product to sell, those go into a separate category. Don't throw those in with your regular supplies of doing your office businesses, just because we're going to have to separate them out. They have different rules. So mainly keeping track of your expenses on a monthly basis. And if you're overwhelmed with that, hire a bookkeeper. We have bookkeepers here. Hire a bookkeeper. You can't do the business that you want to do, that you love to do, if you're struggling with your numbers. But your bookkeeper can put it together so that you can look at your numbers every month, so that you know how to analyze it and move forward, so that you can make the changes that you need to make.